Have you ever wondered why the best players in the world never seem rattled, even in the most intense moments? Whether it's the NBA Finals, a EuroLeague playoff game, or an Olympic gold medal match, they stay composed, calm, and in complete control. I didn't fully understand the value of composure until I played college basketball, and then took my game overseas. The environments were different, the styles of play shifted, but the one constant that separated the elite from everyone else was how calm they were in the chaos. That calmness isn't about playing slow or timid. It's about playing with control, no matter the pace.
Oh, blocked by James! LeBron James with a rejection!
I still remember one of my early college games where I let the pressure get to me. We were down early, the crowd was loud, and I felt like I had to do everything all at once. I rushed passes, forced tough shots, and by halftime, I was completely out of rhythm. My coach pulled me aside and told me, "You don't need to go faster, you need to go smarter. Slow down and let the game come to you." That advice stuck with me. From then on, I started to see that the most effective players weren't the ones going full speed every play. They were the ones who could shift gears effortlessly. That composure became a skill I worked on just as much as my handle or my jump shot. When I played professionally overseas, I got to see firsthand how much more tactical the game became. Teams were disciplined, defenses were organized, and the moment you played too fast, they'd punish you for it. In one game in Spain, I was matched up against a team that pressed hard and rotated even harder. But instead of panicking, I leaned into what I had learned. I controlled the pace, manipulated space with subtle changes of speed, and turned their aggression into our advantage. That game wasn't won with athleticism, it was won with poise. If you look at guys like Stephen Curry, Kawhi Leonard, or even Damian Lillard, you'll see what I mean. Curry's pace is deceptive. He may look like he's playing chill, but in a blink, he explodes into a shot or drive. Kawhi, with that stoic face and robotic efficiency, rarely looks rushed.
We wore these when I played.
Kawhi attacking inside in the...
Until that moment by
Lillard,
Kawhi.
when the clock is winding down, doesn't change his rhythm. He stays collected and delivers when it counts.
And the Blazers win the series!
In the WNBA, players like Chelsea Gray do the same thing, dictating pace and keeping defenders guessing not just with speed, but with control. And it's not just NBA or WNBA players. Overseas legends like Vasilis Spanoulis built entire careers off staying composed and hitting big shots. Mike James, the EuroLeague's all-time leading scorer, doesn't just rely on his quickness. He's always calculating, always one step ahead, because he understands when to speed up and when to pause. That ability to shift gears, that's what being calm really means. For younger hoopers, this might sound strange, but one of the best things you can do in your workouts is to slow down. Too many players go 100% all the time and never learn how to control the game at 50%. I've worked with players who were fast and athletic, but they'd lose the ball, miss reads, or take bad shots because they didn't know how to throttle down. When I train, I'll have guys practice moving at 30% speed, staying relaxed, staying low, and still being able to change direction, handle the ball, and make reads. That level of control is what separates the good from the great. There was a moment during my second season overseas where our point guard got injured mid-season, and I was asked to take over more of the ball handling responsibilities. At first, I was hesitant. I wasn't the fastest guy on the court, and I didn't have a flashy handle. But what I did have was control. I started leaning into that more. I focused on keeping my dribble tight, using my body to shield defenders, and reading the floor a step ahead. What I lacked in pure speed, I made up for in poise. And you know what? Our offense flowed even better. We got into our sets with purpose. I found shooters in rhythm. I got to my spots and created space without rushing. That change opened up a whole new level of understanding for me. Speaking of that, I dropped a video a while back breaking down exactly how to become a better ball handler, where I talk about floating the ball, manipulating defenders with the offhand, and staying efficient with every dribble. If you haven't seen that one yet, I highly recommend checking it out after this. I go deep into how to train your handle for control, not just flash. Because when you combine skill with composure, that's when your game gets scary good. But let's go deeper. Being calm isn't just about playing slow. It's about how you handle chaos, contact, pressure, traps, late clock situations. That's where your calmness gets tested. When I was overseas, we had games where the crowd was throwing stuff on the floor, referees weren't giving us any calls, and we were down double digits in the fourth. And still, the best players around me didn't panic. They played the same way they always did, disciplined, smart, in control. Calmness is being able to play through contact without losing your balance or focus. It's using your body to protect the ball instead of trying to sprint away from defenders. It's knowing that even if you're at 90% speed, you can stop on a dime or change direction without stumbling. That's what I try to teach younger players now. If you're so sped up that you can't stop or shift gears, you're out of control. And control is everything. I remember watching Luka play, and what always stood out to me wasn't just his size or skill, it was how composed he was. He plays like he has the remote control, and the rest of us are NPCs. He moves at his own pace. He gets to his spots. He doesn't let defenders dictate where he goes. That's the same thing I aim for in my own game, and when I work with athletes. Play like you're in control of the tempo, not reacting to everyone else. We train this. We simulate chaos. I'll create drills where you're getting bumped, pushed, and pressured. And you have to stay composed and still execute. Because once that becomes second nature, the game slows down for you. You see the floor better. You make better decisions. You become the kind of player every coach trusts with the ball in clutch moments. When I work with younger athletes, one of the first things I try to do is break the mindset that success only looks like flashy crossovers or fast drives to the rim. Success is being unshakable when everything around you is shaking. It's not just about highlights, it's about consistency. And consistency comes from composure. I've seen guys who can dominate workouts, but once a defender is up in their grill, they unravel. But then I've seen others who may not stand out in drills, but are killers in game because they stay locked in and calm, no matter what's going on. The mental side of composure matters too. I started practicing meditation during my second pro season. Just 5 minutes a day. It changed how I played. I was less reactive, more centered, more patient. I didn't realize how often I used to burn energy on frustration, missed calls, turnovers, bad shots. But once I started taking a breath and resetting, my game elevated. And that's the kind of thing most players ignore. What's going on in your head will either build your composure or break it. So whether you're in the gym training solo, running 5-on-5 at open runs, or suiting up for your next season, think about playing with calm. Not just slow, not just fast, calm. Because the moment you master that, your game will elevate to a whole new level. The players who make it, who stay on rosters, who get that overseas contract, who win the coach's trust late in games, they're not always the flashiest or the fastest. They're the ones who can think clearly, act decisively, and stay composed no matter what. If you got value from this video, make sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. I'm dropping a lot more content just like this to help you take your game to the next level. And let me know in the comments, who's the calmest player you've ever seen or played with? Let's talk about it below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.